listen, man, I don't tell my stories. I let other people tell them. You feel me? But this is why, like, with you, it's like, yo, a lot of people got to be like, yo, man, you giving dudes an opportunity, like, to tell their story, you know, uncut.
And what went down with Lil Durk Pops, and what popped off, and how did it go down?
Well, it's like this, right? Little Durk Pops is Big Durk, which is Abdul Haq, right? I already know, people already know, you know, he was a GD. He was a high-ranking member of the Gangsta Disciples out there in Chicago, and you know, he was up under, that's one of his guys, straight up under Larry, directly under him, you know, one of the guys, you know, with him. And this was my man, you know, he was Muslim, and he was the imam over in Terry Hut, Indiana. And you know, I was part of the community, and they had the security, which is the Sharif squad, like, you know, the Emir of security. And at that time, the Emir of security was my man Jihad from he actually from Queens, but you know, he was out of Ohio. He a twin, good dude, right? And he had came to me and was like, yo, he wanted me to be on basically the security team, the Sharif team or whatever, you know, because he was the Emir of security. And I was like, all right, bro, I'm a rock with you, but know this, bro, all of that politic and stuff, I ain't with that. I know how the politics go in the feds. You know, everybody be trying to sit down, come to resolutions, and, you know, try to resolve issues before they become bigger. Everybody be that hands-off policy. Nobody put their hands on nobody else's people. If their people violate, you go to them and they deal with their people. People trying to stop wars and stuff. Because when there's a war, you know, most likely somebody gonna die because dudes is playing for keeps. That's straight up, right? You know, everybody from different states, different geographical locations, and everybody trying to rep their cities and their geographics, and, you know, people, you know, it's car situation. They call them cars to wit, like, whoever you want with, that's like your car or whatever. Like, you know, so whatever, like, you know, Abdul Haq, he was in a Muslim car, so he wasn't in the Chicago car, even though he's from Chicago. He wasn't in the GD car, even though he had Gangsta Disciple affiliations, because, you know, this is who he is. But, you know, being in prison, he took Shahada and learned the religion real good and practiced it, you know, in a way that it's supposed to be practiced. And then, you know, it's like this. You are who you are, you know, and meaning that whoever you are, like, is your birthright. Like, say the man, he's a natural leader. So when he was in the streets and doing what he was doing, he was a leader within his organization. And so when he came to prison and he became Muslim and, you know, took Shahada, and he stayed who he was. He just applied himself, you know, to a different situation, meaning you are who you are. It's about what you apply yourself to. So he also became a leader within the religion, because this is who he was, a leader. So, you know, to go on, right, you know, like I said, I was up under Jihad, and he was like, yo, telling me, you know, what it was. I'm like, yo, and I told him, I was like, listen, bro, when you come to me about a situation, bro, don't come to me with the politics. You go and deal with the politics. He was a good orator. He's a good talker. So he was like, cool. I said, when it's time to push, then you come holler at me. When you come to me, you like, yo, it's time to push. It ain't no we going to go talk to the people, try to solve. I'm not with that part of it. Y'all do that. When it's done, it's done. I said, when it come time to push, you know, come get me. Because they already hollered at me to get on the squad anyway, because they know that I'm pushed that night, right? I ain't saying it like I ain't no bad guy, nothing like that, or tougher than nobody else, but I'm going to push my knife. Like, in the streets, I'm going to bust my gun. If I got, like, you know, back when I was into the streets, you know, I didn't carry a gun or a weapon for protection. I carried it for aggression. You feel me? It's a difference, you know, and just like in prison, at a time, you know, I didn't carry my weapon for protection, I carried it for aggression. So, meaning that, you know, I told him, like, yo, bro, when it's time to push, come holler at me, you know, and he was like, cool. So now, one day, because I was a head cook inside the kitchen. I'm cooking in the kitchen. You know, I'm not chef it up. You already know. Application, applying a different situation to another. While I'm up in there chefing it up, head cooking, all of that. Boom, you know, hustling in the kitchen. You know how that go. We doing our thing. Boom. I'm working 7 days a week because I'm the head cook, so I'm trying to get that paper. I don't want to miss nothing. So one day I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo, I ain't even gonna go to work today. I'm gonna just chill. So I was up in my cell, up in the block. I was up in J block, up in my block, laid back on my bed, just chilling. I don't know. I think I had my headphones on or something. And my man Peasy came knocking on the door. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, yo, come here, bro. So I'm like, what up, bro? He's like, yo, Yusuf said, come to the kitchen and bring that. So he said, come down. It's an emergency. Come to the kitchen and bring that. So I'm like, all right, boom. Now Yusuf is my man from Indiana. Real good brother. I was about to go home and everything, but son was my man. He was on the Sharif squad. That's my man. And he pushed that knife, right? That's my man. And so however it go, he come and tell me, he said, the man told me that Yusuf won this. Now Yusuf, he also was a cook in the kitchen, right? He was actually at that time, he was in the number one. He was my number two at the time. He was my number two. I was a head cook and he was my number two. So he was in the kitchen because when I'm not working, he's the number one. Oh, however it go. So now I go there and I say, okay, boom. He want me to come in the kitchen, bring that. So I'm telling you, I know he told me to bring a hammer or something. But I know, like, why he would tell me to bring a hammer when we got hammers in the kitchen? But you already know the kitchen, everybody, you know, big. Listen, bring the hammer. So I'm like, bring a hammer. So I'm like, all right, so boom. I go down there. I ain't bring no hammer. I just took the ox. I got my ox with me. Boom. Got the ox in the mouth. And let me tell you something. Everybody know New York dudes would carry. See, New York will carry the razor in their mouth. You know, that ain't nothing to us. This is what we do. We grow up off of that. When you first go to the island, first thing you learn, like before you even go down, you know, everybody know, we carry razors.
So, yo, let me ask you right quick. I don't want to stop the flow of the story, but let me ask this because I always wanted to know this. Do dudes still be getting, like, cut in the face in the feds the way dudes get cut in the state?
If a dude get cut in the face in the feds, bro, we did it. You hear me?
It was New York?
Listen, the dude get cut in the face in the feds, bro. A New York dude did it, bro. Straight up. They already, New York dude will cut you. We the only ones that really play with them razors like that, bro. Everybody know. They already know. That's why they know you gotta watch a New York dude getting up on you, because he might have that thing you don't even see where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? You already know how we slick with it. You know what I mean? And that's like a major. See, us, it ain't nothing. We don't even understand it. We kind of slick with it. But like, that's a little slick thing. Carrying the ox in the mouth, spitting it out, being able to spit it out like 3. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole foot from your mouth, like spit it out and catch it. Oh, you know, all of the crazy stuff dudes used to do with the oxes and all of that. You know, put them in the mouth. The police can't find, run your finger through it. You know how, you already know, son. Someone, we used to play with them things, right? But anyway, right? But,
yeah, you said so. You just went through with the ox instead of, you ain't bring no hammer. You just went through with the ox.
I took the ox with me. I got my ox with me in my mouth, right? Boom. So I'm waiting for. I wanted to get into the kitchen. I want to find my way to the kitchen. Boom. I get there. I go in there and I see Yusuf and I see Jihad, and I'm like, yo, what's up? They was like, yo, this is what's going on. After you hop on Big Dirt, one of the brothers went to get a hammer for him. I said, huh? He said, one of the brothers, his brother named D, was from Iowa. He was part of the community, though. He wasn't with the Iowa car, he was with the community. So after Hopper, Big Dirt came into the unit, and he went to him and he asked him, he's like, yo, bro, it's the prayers in. He told him, like, yo, the prayers in, come on, we pray. Because in there, you really couldn't pray in congregation, because you only could pray in a certain amount of, because they feel like that's like group, like, you know, grouping.
Dudes ganging up. They feel like dudes ganging up.
You know, illegal grouping. You know what I'm saying? Basically, something like that. Like, it's illegal, like, it's a legal demonstration. Like, so they, like, if you do pray, you can only have a certain amount of number in it. So he come in, you know, he the E-man. He in the unit, he got massive brothers in this unit. He's like an E-unit. He come in there, you know, and I guess he telling brothers, oh, Sulat is in. You know, let's go pray. And dude was like, he ain't trying to go pray. So he's like, yo, the prayer's in. And dude like, yo, y'all go ahead, I ain't praying with y'all, whatever he was saying, but whatever he said, he was going to pray. So, and this is one thing about Big Durk. Like, he had a lot of problems here and there with different brothers in the community, but I'm gonna tell you something, every time he had a problem with a brother, it was never over no BS, it was always over, he was trying to get them to practice the religion in the way that it was supposed to be practiced. He trying to get them, like he coming at them about the religion, about practicing it, about not doing this, not doing that. Or yeah, he tried to get the dude to pray, and dude didn't want to pray. So however it went, they start getting into a verbal confrontation, and they start having a argument or whatever. They start arguing, and it got a little heated or whatever. And dude walked off. Now when dude walked off, he went to one of his dudes from his state or his city from Iowa and asked him for a hammer. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So he asked him for a hammer. So now I don't know if they gave it to him or whatever, but they supposed to give him a hammer. And when it happened, the dudes told each other like, yo, one of them came and told him like, yo, the dude, what's his name, just gave him a hammer, you get him a hammer, that's cool, that's our homeboy, but he with the Muslim car, and he just got into an argument with A.E. Man, with Durk, you know what I'm saying, with Abdul Haq, with Big Durk, and they was like, yo, what? So they went and they told another brother, Mansour, from Cincinnati, funny dude, right? They told Mansour, they like, yo, brother Mansour, yo, listen, and they told him what happened. Basically, yo, we gave dude a hammer, because he our homeboy, but we didn't know we was giving him a hammer, and he just got into a beef with our E-Man. So he was like, huh? So they told him about it. So he was like, yo, he didn't even go to Abdul Haq, man. So Durk, you know what I'm saying? He went to go holler at the dude's D. So he went to go holler at him. When he went to go holler at him, dude wilded out on him. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
Dude wilded out on him, chased him off the cell. Was like, yo, get out my cell on everything. On blood. He started screaming some blood stuff, all crazy stuff, bro. You hear me? And dude ran him out the cell. So he went and told Big Durk what happened, and whatever. And so after that, I guess the next morning, Durk shot the message to Jihad or whatever, because nothing basically didn't happen that night there. None of them brothers went and handled no business or nothing like that. You feel me? Mm-hmm. He ain't bust no move with the hammer, but dudes already knew he had the hammer or whatever, but ain't nothing happened. And now they telling me basically bits and pieces of the story, basically trying to give me the shorter version. Try to make a short story shorter, so they try to give me the short version, like, this is what happened, dude got a knife for Durk, this is what's going on, we gonna handle the situation, So he started giving me a whole bunch of, like, movie scenes, basically, like, yo, we gonna do it like this, yo, we gonna go back there, we gonna pull him here, we gonna do this, I'm gonna say this, and when I say that, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Yo, this is some real stuff, yo, bro. Bro, it's bugging me out, son, because he trying to make a movie out the joint, son, and I'm like, yo, son, we gonna stab dude or what? Like, what's going on? You feel me? I told dude, don't come get me unless it's time to push. You feel me? Now, let me tell you, when I walk in the kitchen, when he tell me all of this stuff, I'm walking towards the back of the kitchen, because I know we got hammers back there, like I told you, we got my ox on me, so when we get back, I go up over there, the pot, we got these little things, I can reach up in there, I grab the hammer, boom, I get the little hammer. So now I got the hammer. Boom, it's like a pit, like, you know what I'm saying, like a long, crazy screw with the crazy point. A murder weapon, right? Anyway, right? So I got the joint, and I got the ox in my mouth, mind you. So now we talking, and they giving me all these scenes, these movie scenes. So I'm like, yo, this stuff is bugging me out. You feel me? Because I guess dudes ain't really soldiers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know how dudes ain't really soldiers, and they probably been and stuff or whatever, but they ain't really bust no moves. They ain't never, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they ain't been knife to knife. They ain't been in the 1,000 shooter. They ain't really, don't really know how to, put no move together. They was like neophytes in the Valence game, and I'm like an ultra violent dude. So I'm like, yo, what the heck? Like, what we gonna do? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? He put together something, whatever. We supposed to go in the dish room when the kitchen clear. We go call dudes in the dish room because there ain't no cameras back in the dish room. And there ain't no cameras in the back of the kitchen where they cook at and all of that. There's only cameras in basically in the dining room, the big dining room area. That's how most of the kitchens are made and fed. Right? Anyway, we go in the dish room. And dudes, he calling them in there. We told the dudes that was in there to get out. It was working in there to get out. And we all went in there. A few of us, Mansour, me, Yusuf, Jihad, and it was a couple other brothers that was just hanging out. And they called dude in there. Now, mind you, when I was in there the whole time when everything was going on in the kitchen, I was watching dude. He was there. He was moving around from table to table, I guess, talking to his little homeboys, letting them know what was going on, that he whatever. So now I'm looking at him. He looked like he got something in his pocket. This is some real stuff, right? So now I'm watching the whole thing. So now later on, we finally get up in the thing. Like I told you, they put together a movie scene. They said after, but they was gonna be back there. Jahad was gonna be talking to him, asking him what happened, this and that and that. And when he say, may Allah forgive you, that's supposed to be like the code for like, that pop off. You feel what I'm saying? This is real talk, right? This is crazy, right? This is how goofy this stuff is, be. Right, so now, we go to the back, dude back there, we all back there. Boom. While we back there, he talking to him like, yo, why you went and got the knife for Durk'S, this and that and that. And he was like, no, because he felt threatened, this and that, he didn't know, whatever, Durk got a reputation or whatever. But be like, yo, that's your brother though, man. That's your man. Why would you think he would? Because you had an argument about the prayer. Like, why would you think the man would even go? You think the man would harm you over that? Like you his brother. Like, yo, you tripping? Like he's like, yo, I went and got whatever he was saying about why he did it or whatever. So Jihad was like, yo, man, all right, man. Well, may Allah forgive you, like that. You feel what I'm saying? And when he said that, I'm looking at Yusuf is right here, Mansour is right there. Now, mind you, Mansour is there. Why? I don't know. He ain't on the Sharif squad or nothing, but he was the one who got the information and went back to what's the name with it, with Durk with it. So anyway, he there. So now when the joint pop off, he say, yo, may Allah forgive you, and ain't nobody do nothing. So I'm next to Yusuf and I kick his feet like, yo, bro, what's up with that gonna do? I want to see how these dudes do this action. Because I want to see how they act, you know what I'm saying? These is dudes from different states and stuff, I'm from New York, so I want to see how other dudes rock. I'm a rock now, but I want to see what dudes do, So I'm there, and all of a sudden, he's like, man, Allah forgive you, ain't nobody bust no moves. So when I kicked Yusuf's foot, so he was like, yeah, so he said it again, man, Allah forgive you. So I'm like, thanks for that. So now, I told you, I see his pockets or whatever, looked like he had something in his pocket. So as soon as he said that, I just stole him. Boom! And then I rushed him. I stole him and I rushed him because I thought he had something in his pocket. So when I rushed him, so once I snuffed him and rushed him, everybody else started swinging on him, but I wasn't going for his pocket. When I go in his pocket, bro, dude got a banana in his pocket, bro. Bro, this is some funny stuff, bro. Dude had a banana in his pocket. He wasn't around playing games, bro. With a bro, son, right? Anyway, right? I don't know, son. I'm an alpha, son. I can't even see that, right? But anyway, the dude had the banana in his pocket. I got the banana, and now when I grab the banana, I look at it, it's a banana. When I do that, they got him on the floor now, and they like stomping him out, and Jihad like, yo, you ever do that to my man? Go get no knife on me, pouncing him out. So I'm like, man, these dudes playing with it. Now, mind you, remember, I got the pick on me, the knife on me, and I got the ox on me. So now what I do, while they pounding them out and all of that, dude got dreads or whatever, I spit the ox out, boom, go right over there while they was all trying to pound, so went, grabbed him by the dreads, and I took it, and I put it on like the side of his face by his eyes, like by the under his ear really, and he grabbed my wrist. When he grabbed my wrist, I moved my arm and just went up, wow. Put him with the joint all the way from behind his ear all the way across his face to the other ear, right? And then after I did that, I just ragged him like 3 more times. Bam, 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 right? Listen, I ragged him like 3 more times in the face, right, son? You hear me? So I gave him like 4 cuts across his joint. Raggedy, son, you hear me? Raggedy. And now, you know how them joints would be super slim and then them joints just bust open? Them joints bust, and people seen the blood, and everybody just ran out because nobody even knew what happened because they were playing games with it, son. You feel me? So they all run out when everybody starts seeing the blood. So he runs out the fish room. Boom, me, I just calmly slide up out of there. Boom. Now, mind you, I was trying to be in disguise, had on the hairnet, the beard guard, trying to cover my face and all of that. whatever when I came about the joint. So anyway, I come about the joint, I walk to the back of the kitchen. I see dude go up to the, because remember they done locked the kitchen now. We locked in there because chow was over. They done emptied the chow hall. So we locked in there. So dude go to the door in the chow hall. You know what I'm saying? Boom, to the door. And what's his name come to the door? The hallway police, the hallway cop. He come to see him and open the door because you see the blood, let him out. Like, oh man, once they see him, boom, they shut down everything. The whole jail was shut down. They shut it down, boom. We locked in the kitchen. They called everybody out from the back. Now, I done went in the back already. I went to the back of the kitchen already, and, you know, I was back there faking like I was at work or whatever, because, you know, I do work 7 days a week, so I did come back. So even though I didn't go to work that morning, I wasn't on the count, the police would let me in there. You know what I'm saying? Even they gonna let me in the back. I'm the head cook. You know what I'm saying? They gonna let me in the back. I kind of like run the kitchen in the daytime, whatever. Really, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, however it go. Yeah. So, yeah, for a while I ran that kitchen, man. Anybody was there with me, they know that anybody was in Terry Hut, man, from the years like 2006, 7, all the way to like 2015. They can't tell you they don't know Murdah. You hear me? For real, from New York, they ain't gonna tell you they don't know me. Ain't no way. You feel me? They know what it is. I ain't got to do no front. You know, I ain't no bad guy, but I played one in the movies. Right? Anyway, like I said, right? They came. I was back in the back of the kitchen, and I was basically just faking like I was there for work or whatever. And I knew that the police that worked back there, he would back me up like, yeah, he was like, yeah, Murdah was at work or whatever, you know. And anyway, they come in there and they make everybody come from the back of the kitchen and make all of us come up in the front. And when they did that, they lined up everybody on the walls around the whole kitchen. Everybody was lined up on the walls, and they came in with a squad from off the compound, and they came all in the kitchen, and they walked around from the whole kitchen, and they made us take off our shirts and look at the front and back of our hands, basically to see if we had any blood on us or whatever, you know. And they walked around the whole kitchen. Now, if they, you know, I already done put the ox up and hammer, you know, I already done got rid of everything or whatever, you know, and that was it. So now they walking around, and now this is the thing, while they doing this, while we lined up, I'm all the way at the end by where they serve at. They coming in already at the door somewhere. So they just starting. I'm lined up on the walls away from everybody. You know, everybody done separated from each other or whatever. But Yusuf come up to me. You know, it's my man. He my unit and everything. I'm talking about this my homie. It's my homie. And, you know, I like Yusuf now. I'll push for him, and I know he gonna push for me. So he come and he like, come on, man. Dudes is talking about, you know, dudes gonna have to take their weight and stuff because, you know, dude is saying that he still got his 2255 in the court, and he ain't trying to fight his case from the shoot. Son, this is some serious stuff. This is some crazy stuff, bro. You hear me? So I'm like, huh? I said, bro, get the F away from me, bro. Get away from me, bro. Get away from me, bro. So he got away from me. So I'm over. I'm like, yo, what the heck is he talking about? We're in the middle of a whole big thing, and you talking about, yo, bro, somebody gotta take their weight, bro. I'm in the court, so I ain't trying to go to the shit. What are you talking about? What you was there for, bro?
What you mean? Dudes was talking about somebody got to take the weight for the kid who got cut?
No, man, saw the dude, the one who went to the kid's cell, the one who they had what the information to, that went to Durk with it.
Yeah.
Man, so he was like, yo, he was like, yo, dudes got these terms basically saying that whoever did it gotta take their weight because he ain't trying to go down for it, because he ain't trying to go in the shoot.
What?
That's what I'm saying. The thing is, ain't about taking my weight for the joint. My whole thing is, listen, I ain't taking nothing. If dude tell on me, or if somebody tell on me, I'm cool with it, and I'm just gonna have to rock out and fight the case. But I'm not gonna just go in there and tell on myself and like, yeah, who did it? I did it to save everybody. Yo, dudes, y'all was there. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all was there. Y'all participated. Yeah, I put the major work in because I'm a major worker. Y'all dudes came in there faking. Don't come to me. I'm not here to beat nobody. Yo, we grown men. You feel what I'm saying? What's up? If we going to war, we going to war, bro. Every time you go to war, man, it's like listen, man. Everything I look at everything is war, bro. Because it's like this, man. Every time you go have physical confrontation, man, or conflict, put it like this: every conflict has a potential for physical confrontation, and every physical confrontation has a potential for death. So anytime I'm involved in conflict that I know that could lead to physical confrontation, I go to it saying that, that my life might be on the line, so therefore I have to approach it with deadly force, bro. So anytime I'm in conflict, bro, I'm looking at it, you might be looking at it like it's something small, bro, but I'm looking at it like my life is on the line. So I'm going to defend myself with deadly force, bro, because I'm not going to let you kill me, whether intentional or unintentional, bro. But it might not be your desire to kill me or your intent, but that don't mean you won't, bro. You feel me? So that's why when I go, it's like I'm ready. I'm going to war. You coming to play game? I'm gonna do them. Nah, bro, I'm gonna hurt you, bro. Stop playing. You feel me? So anyway, at the end of the day, dudes say this stuff, man, and I'm already. So I'm tight. I'm like, yo, whatever. So I'm there. Dudes come, they come, whatever. They search everybody's hands, boom. They leave out. Next thing you know, they start calling everybody that they know was affiliated with the Muslim community. And they start calling them to the lieutenant office. So they was calling one brother at a time, and they called like two brothers from Ohio that wasn't even part of the situation. And then they start calling everybody else. They called Jihad. They called everybody that was there. They called Mansour. Now the last ones that was left, after they did all of that and took all of them brothers out, they took like 4 brothers out, 5 brothers out, and the last ones in there was me and Yusuf, because he was kitchen workers. So we had right to be in the kitchen. All the other dudes, some of them was kitchen workers, but some of them wasn't. Like Jahar, he wasn't his kitchen worker, even though he was supposed to be in there. But anyway, we go and we go back in the back. They let everybody start doing their thing again. They left, whatever. So we in there and we in the back. So now I'm just waiting for the kitchen to open back up for it to be a wreck move, because I'm like, yo, once a wreck move come, I'm out of here. I'm up out of the kitchen. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going back to the unit. So because they didn't never have a wreck move because of the situation. So I'm up in the first wreck move was there because of the situation. The compound was locked down. So now I'm up in the joint and in the kitchen. I'm nervous as heck. I'm like, y'all, man, they wind up coming in the kitchen again, the police. Now, when they come in the kitchen again, they come straight to the back, and they call my name, my government, like, yo, come with us. I'm like, what for? They're like, yo, just come with us. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go with them. They take me to the lieutenant office, and they looking at my hands and all of that stuff. They look at my clothes and try to tell me that some of the stains on my shirt look like it was blood, but it was dry. So I'm like, yo, nah, these stains on my shirt, because I work in the kitchen. Y'all know I'm the head cook in the kitchen. This is the shirt that I wear for work, so those stains be like from food and stuff. They just shirt been clean, but the stains stay in there, whatever. So they like, yeah, all right, whatever. But they was like, yo, man, we think this dude right here that's on film, the dude they talking about, look like me, the dude with the bear guard and the net hat, the bear guard and the hat is the net, you know what I'm saying, the hair net coming up out of the dish room on tape looks like me. They think it's me. Somebody saying it's me. I said, man, that's not me. They like, man, that's you. One of the police was like, yo, and that it was all white police that work up there. We in Indiana, but we in Terry Hut, man. You already know, we in Klan country. Anyway, it was one black dude working there, and this was the black dude that was saying that it was me on the camera. I'm like, yo, this is some bullshit, right? So anyway, I go to the shoe. I'm in the shoe, and when I get in there, you go on the first cages or whatever, where they gotta, strip you down and all of that stuff like that. So I'm there, they strip me down and all of that. I see Yusuf, he coming after me, so I guess they snatched him up now too. So now I go and they take me to my cell. So now I'm in my cell, they bring Yusuf in there. in the shoe. So they bring him to my cell. But you know, in the cell, in this shoe, you can have a cellie or whatever. You get a cellie. It'd be 2 people in the cell in the shoe. So they bring him in my cell. So I'm like, what's going on? They said we being locked. They told us already they was papers be locked down for investigation for an assault with a weapon or whatever. So they give us the investigation papers or whatever. We under investigation. So Yusuf come in the cell because I'm already in there. You know, he come up in there and I'm like, yo, Yusuf. He's like, yo, Murdah, you already know what it is. Yo, I'm going to ride with you, bro. I said, yo, listen, bro. Let me tell you something. If you or anybody else have anything to say to the police about me and what happened, bro, know that I am going to trial. So anything that you say to them police, bro, you are going to have to say it at trial, on the stand. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that I'm going to have documentation of you doing what you do to me. You feel me? And it's going to get to, and then we take it from there. You feel what I'm saying, son? And basically, that's what I told him. He was like, nah, you know, I would never. I said, listen, bro, you come up there telling me, man, so telling me something about that he ain't trying to go to shoot because he got a doggone open case and that. What you trying to say, bro? You ain't got an open case. You shouldn't have been there, bro. What the heck is you talking about? How it go down and go down, bro? You feel what I'm saying? So I'm mad. Like, yo, they come and get me, bro. I work and now everybody acting like little broads or whatever. So I'm like this. So now, whatever, you know what happened? And the federal rallies, because see, you gotta understand, Terry Hutt, they have Terry Hutt, they have the death penalty there. And like for the feds, if you got the death penalty in the feds, that's where you go. You go to Terry Hutt. The penitentiary, U.S. penitentiary at Terry Hutt. That's where they got death row at. You know, that's basically the only place in the feds where they really at death row. I think they got it at Marion too. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they still got death row, but I know death row. I know at Marion they got the what's the name program for the terrorists. They got the terrorist program. You know, the CMU, which is the Communications Monitoring Unit, which is for people that been like convicted of, you know, super heinous crimes, like, you know, for especially terrorism. They got the program in Terry Hutt too. So, you know, them people was on like all of them people that be, you know, you might see on the news and all of that from the terror, from the what's his name, the underwear bomber to, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, the people that was in Cole Hertz with the blind shape and all of them, you know. So all of them people be up in terrorist program. Since they got them programs and they got there for all that stuff at Terry Hutt, they also have a federal office there basically on a complex where federal agents be, because, you know, like I said, they have them things that already there. So I guess they sent some agents over to see what was going on, because anytime you catch like a high level write up misbehavior report, like, you know, basically they all go out to the feds and the feds look at them to see whether or not they want to prosecute it. You know, like if somebody get caught with a phone or with some drugs or whatever it is, or assault or whatever. Anytime that type of ticket is written up, it always go out to the feds and they look at it first to see if they want to prosecute. Because any crime that you commit in a federal prison is basically on federal property. Everything is a federal crime. So whatever you do, you're going to be prosecuted, you know, in the feds for it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So it's like if you at a federal, like if you're on federal property, like, you know, in the parking lot, and you do something to somebody in that parking lot, or you commit a crime in that parking lot, you're going to be charged for a federal crime because you committed that crime on federal property. Anyway, the feds, they sent a couple of agents in there, and they came to start questioning people or whatever, and they sent the people to my cell. And when they came down to my cell, the police came and said the people wanted to holler at me or whatever. So I'm like, the people want to holler at me. So I'm thinking, you know, the lieutenant don't want to holler at me or whatever. Like they do, they pull you out. They want to holler at the lieutenant and them. Yo, you're under investigation. This is going on. What you know about that? You be like, I don't know nothing. Nah, I do what y'all do. But anyway, they calling me out. So I go and I come out the cell. When I come out the cell, you know, you put your arms out first to get cuffed. You put your arms out through the back of the cell, they cuff you. You come out, you know what I'm saying, with yourself, you know, handcuffed or whatever. You know, they cuff you, bring you out. And they look like they're about to walk me down the hallway, and I see the agents there. So when I see them, I'm like, nah, bro, I'm cool. Y'all ain't making me talk to them. So they're like, what's going on? I'm like, yo, I'm not going to talk. I said, anything I got to say to them, anybody want to question me, they can question me right here on the tier. You feel me? I said, on the tier. Y'all can write with everybody on their cell doors. Y'all question me right here on the tier if y'all want to question me. I have nothing to hide from nobody in the world. Let's go. What y'all want to know? You feel me? And they came down and I stood on the tier. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere to talk to them. They talked to me right there. And they like, yo, I don't know. I don't know, bro. Y'all say y'all got tapes and all of this, and I know they don't got no tapes, so they got tapes of people going in and out. They don't got no proof of what nobody. They can't say nothing. The only thing they got is somebody saying something. Is this what happened? Either dude saying this happened, he did this to me, or somebody that was with me saying this is what happened and Murdah did that. So I'm like, yo, if somebody saying that I did it, let's see who's saying it. What's going on? Now they ain't saying nothing. They just asking. I'm like, all right, cool, and I kept it pushing. Went back in my cell, they left the chair, whatever. I was talking to them right in front of the whole chair. You feel what I'm saying? Son, straight gangster, right? So I'm up in there. You know, we go to wreck the next morning, and I seen all the guys and all of that, and you know, I see dudes, they got frowns on their faces and stuff going in the shoe pins and all that, and the cages and stuff. So when I get back up to my cell and all of that, I write send a kite to Jihad, and I tell him, yo, tell Mansour on all of them dudes, so let me tell you something. When I come out and we go to wreck, bro, have a smile on your face. If you ain't got a smile on your face, I'm thinking something funny, bro. When you see me, have a smile on your face, bro. We in here, it is what it is. Rock out, bro. You have a frown on your face. I'm thinking something funny, bro. And I'm heated, so I'm ready to bust somebody's head to the. Listen, son. So anyway, we up in there, and you know, I see Jihad. We get in the cage together. I talk to Jihad, and he like, yo, dude, sent them a kite. Dude ain't telling me. You know what I'm saying? He sent them a kite. Don't like, yo, whatever happened, bro. Like, yo, I know what I did. I never should have wanted got the knife for Durk or whatever. But I got the scars, and they're gonna always basically be there to show me, you know, my transgressions, remind me of my transgressions or whatever. Go to McKay and all of that. And he's like, yo, you just gonna, you know, fall back and just rock out. He's telling the people we don't know what happened. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what he told y'all. So we already knew we was gonna come through. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, with flying colors on the joint, unless somebody say something. You feel what I'm saying? Because he could say, like, yo, I don't know who did it, but somebody else could come and say, well, he don't know who did it to him. I know who did it to him because I seen it. You feel what I'm saying? And so even though he's saying he don't know who did it, somebody else go, you feel what I'm saying? You know how it go. You know, you know how many shots, even in the state where they be like, you receive information from a reliable source that seen me do so-and-so and so-and-so. And I be like, what? Won't y'all ask so-and-so who I suppose that did it to? Did I do it to him? That's I always call him as a witness. But you know, in the state, you could call whoever as a witness, even a person that you cut, or could come to the hearing as a witness. That's gangster. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm definitely calling him, especially when they saying it's a confidential, reliable source seen me. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, right? But anyway, I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen. So whatever happened, dudes hold weight or whatever, you know what I'm saying, hold water. They start letting us out one by one as the weeks and the months went by. We probably stayed in there like close to 2 months or whatever. You know, everybody had different numbers because they was letting everybody out one at a time. You feel me? You know,
what you mean? You was in SHU for 2 months?
Yeah, sitting there for like almost 2 months, just under investigation. You know what I'm saying? But we already know we was gonna win the investigation because nobody was telling, and dude wasn't telling. Dude kept it gangster. You feel what I'm saying? He wasn't telling. So I was straight. My only worry was one of the dudes that was with me telling. You feel what I'm saying? Because Mansour shook me up with that. He ain't trying to go to the shoe thing because, you know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to go to the shoe because he got I understand that, bro. You shouldn't have been there. Then don't say that you ain't trying to go to the shoe and that I need to take my weight. Like, if I don't take my weight, what? You ain't gonna bring me no move because you already know, brother, I spank you. You feel me? But So it was, so I'm thinking like, what he saying if I don't say that I did it? He gonna say that I did it? You feel me? So I was already, ill. So now, anyway, when I'm in there, I come out. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like the next to last one to get out. Jihad had to stay in there a little longer because when he came in there, because remember he was never supposed to be in the kitchen, so he got a shot for being out of bounds, and he already had some shoot time over his head. So they made him do, a little bit of some of that old time that he owed. You feel what I'm saying? Because he caught another shot while he was basically on shoot ovation. And because he was a transgression, nobody's supposed to brought him a move. Like, now if he trying to move on a brother, the brother's couldn't basically return his aggression until he fall back and be like, yo, I don't want no smoke. And then they got to let him go. But as long as he's in the act of transgression, they can go against him. Everybody's supposed to rise and go against him, but they saying that when the thing went down, he was no longer in the act of transgressing. And since he was no longer in the act of transgression, that he shouldn't have been, cut. And also that they were saying that even if you have to beat your brother, they show, proof through the sunnah, through the hadith, they show proof that, like, if you get into it with your brother, that you don't supposed to, if you do hit him, you don't supposed to hit him in the face. You don't supposed to strike him in the face. Like, basically, you know how we be like, yo, son, let's go body. You know what I'm saying? So they looking at me like, yo, dude, you the ill dude. So at the end of the day, I'm like, yo, bro, I don't know. You feel me? I don't know. You feel me? So
yes, I told y'all niggas to call me when it's time.
Don't call me, but bro, that was my whole thing. That was my sentiment. I said, no, listen, Lash, on everything, son, that was my sentiment, the whole thing. And this is what my whole thing was to Abdul Haq, Big Durk, and to everybody. My whole thing, my sentiment was that if y'all didn't want it to go down to the extreme, the way that it went down, why did y'all call me?
You tell niggas I'm an extremist.
And the only reason y'all even asked me to rock, because y'all know I pushed that, you feel me? But they know I pushed the hammer, son. So they know that's the only reason why they put me on the squad like that. They know that I was a good, loyal dude. So at the end of the day, son, listen, I'm out the shoe and it was chaos with the community, whatever. Some people were standing with Durk. Some people was kind of standing against him or whatever. That's my man. And you already know I was standing with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's whatever. So, but after the end of the day, everybody, came back together or whatever, and it was all cool and smooth. And, at the end of the day, Jihad had wound up leaving, and Abdul Haq or Durk, he had made me, his number one in command, his head Sharif. You know what I'm saying? He wanted me to be in charge of security for, for the whole community or whatever. And I did it for him for a long time. And we developed a good, working relationship, basically, and a good friendship over the time, and he taught me a lot. And yeah, that was like a mentor to me. He taught me a lot. He slowed me down a lot from, just, being a hand buster, like that. So,
that's fire.